Hey, how's it going, Wizard? Welcome back to a brand new podcast episode. Today we're with...
Gage Weston Wiederhold.
Yeah, we're with Gage Weston Wiederhold. He's actually going to be leaving soon. He's going to kill people in the East, right? So...
All over.
He's going all over to kill people. Now, he's going into the Army, and we're very happy for him. Sad to see him go. So before he's leaving to be stationed in...
I have no idea where I'll be stationed.
Wherever he's going to be stationed.
Yeah.
We're doing this to say goodbye. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Gage has not been in a lot of my videos, so I wanted to get him in here to speak some stuff and talk about our feelings. Something that I like to do as like a little series and within this is to like read some of my notes, like ideas I've had for poems. I did it in the last one. This one says, "Love is like cancer. You can be in remission, but it still can come back."
That kind of like reminds me of something that I've been thinking about a lot is loss. Like thinking about losing, more specifically losing people. What I've realized is that when I think about losing people, I realize that there's nobody, even though there are a lot of people in this world, there's nobody who's going to be exactly like that person who you lost. If somebody dies, if you lose a parent, there's nobody who's going to be exactly like who they are. But if you ask yourself like what kind of traits did I like in this person? Like what qualities or what did they bring to my life? So if it's a parent, you say, well, my parents provided me guidance. They provided me, I felt like I could be comfortable with them, or I could I don't know, just those things that you find within a parent, you can find those within other people. If it's a friend, like, or I can joke around with them, or they're really funny, or something like that. There are other people who can kind of fill that void. So when you've lost somebody, even though that person might be gone, you can still find those people who can fill the void that they left. So if you're trying to find someone to confide in, if you're trying to find somebody to, just to hang out with or feel special around, like, you can find those people. And it might not be exactly the same, but that's just, a part of moving on.
If you look at it from a broader view, it's not like you lost a person, you've just added another memory. You just like added a person that's been in your life. But you can't, it's good to get like meet new people and like kind of, I don't know, like collect more people in your like cast of past characters.
Life kind of has a way of pulling people apart in a way. Unless you center your life around being with a particular person, there's always going to be something that's going to kind of like pull you apart from
and keep it hard to
because like for my first really good friend, I think, was when I was in daycare, and his name was Spencer. And we were really good friends. We always liked hanging out whenever we were there, and we would like have sleepovers and shit like that. And right around 8th grade, I feel like I can almost remember the last time we hung out. It was in 8th grade. I was in 8th grade, and he's a year younger than me, and we went to a Spirit game. And we really didn't hang out after that. So it's been about like over 4 years since I've last seen him. We were just like, we were kind of different people in a way, and there was nothing that happened. And I've been like thinking about it, like I've thought about it before, like wondering, why haven't I hung out with this dude? Like at this point, if I see him again, I don't even know what I would talk about. I don't even know, he could be a completely different person.
The next note I have is, songs are constant, but people's relationship with them and how they feel and interpret them can be different, and it's the slight nuances that are interesting.
When I listen to music, like I feel the same way, but not through interpretation of the lyrics. Like when I think of like a song, I think of immediately to when I was listening to it the most, and then I think of just that time period.
Actually, there's an interesting question, is like, what do you think of me?
You kind of like, you seem like a drifter almost.
I'm gonna need to like get some context for that. I don't know what that means.
I don't know, like you're just like you don't get anchored too deep in a certain moment or a certain point. You just kind of like live through something and then just kind of move on to the next. And you're also really like, some people you can kind of figure out like what they do and the reason why they do them. You're kind of mysterious. Like
I'm a little unpredictable. Something I've been really focused on lately is trying to get this whole YouTube thing to work out. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people here, though, and they're like, oh, yeah, you want to be a YouTuber? Okay, buddy, like, good luck with that. It is a really hard thing to break into, but, like, what I like most about it is just the ability to, like, document things. I've got so many videos from the past 4 years of just, like, day-to-day life, just, like, everything, like, just hanging out with people and, like, going to class and stuff, and, like, none of it, a lot of it I don't even use for videos. I just like having, like, the memory of, like, what it was really like to, you know, walk to class with Adrian or whatever and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Something I do in all these videos is I ask what your favorite video of mine is and why.
it would probably be the one about The Office. That made me look a little bit deeper into it was good content. Like, because a lot of those videos, you watch them because, like, it's you and they're entertaining because, like, yeah. You watch them because it's not because you're not interesting, but, like,
right.
Random people, like, if I like random people who don't know you, they're not gonna have the same connection to you. They're not
right.
gonna.
Yeah.
They're not seeing Mikhail making a video. They're seeing
some
random kid doing a video. For me, it always seems like I wish I could appreciate, because there are certain moments, like, in my life where I think back to it and it was like a good memory, like, and it was a unique memory, one that, like, I can't really tell you why, but they were just so memorable. Like, for example, I remember vividly my last cross country meet in my freshman year, and it was I had a good race, and, like, all the people on the team, we went out to eat afterwards, and it was really fun. And it wasn't even as much to do with, like, just that in general. It was like almost like the weather, just the feeling that it had. And I think back to it now, and I wish, like, when I'm in those type of moments, I wish I could kind of, like, appreciate them when they're happening
instead of afterwards, and then wishing you were still there.
Because I feel like I have a problem with kind of not taking things for granted, but I don't really appreciate them until, like, they're over.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really want that to happen. That's why I try to look at the good in most things. The one thing I don't like is people creating this almost like a narrative that you have to go to college and there's no other options. Like, I'm sorry, like, even though people don't want to admit it, you can go into the military and not have to do the shit that people, like, are like, we're shooting guns and stuff. Like,
yeah,
I'm trying to think of there are a number of people who I can think of right now who are in the military, and they don't do anything close to, like, weapons or shit like that. My mom was talking about, like, people who, she has a friend whose son is he's like a pole repairer or something.
Mm-hmm.
Something that has something to do with telephone poles, and he's making, like, over $100,000 a year doing like these skilled jobs that you get from, like, doing it, like, being in trade schools.
right.
Things that you never really could think about. And even though it might, like, you tell someone, like, oh, I don't have, like, I climb up poles and fix, electrical stuff, like, it might not sound cool, but you're still making money because that's stuff that needs to get done.
Right.
Like,
and it's a kind of a niche skill that not many people have.
Yeah. So
yeah.
And, like, they talk about welders and stuff, and I wish that if someone's primary goal is to make money, then there are a lot of different ways to make money rather than just going to college.
Right.
So, and you can find it through several different, you can just look up all the different things that you can do. You can start a business. You can take out, if you're willing to take out loans on a college, then, well, you're actually probably not as likely to get a business loan as you would be to get, like, a student loan. But
yeah.
if you're willing to take a bet on you going to college, then you should also be confident in taking a bet and, like, starting a business or something like that.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching this exciting episode of the podcast. Gage is maybe going to be in a couple of videos here and there before he goes, but yeah, that was the Gage podcast. So thanks for coming. Anything else you want to say before you go?
If anybody thinks that I'm stupid or I'm bullshitting, then just put it in the comments so I can know about that. So
Gage is very self-conscious.
No, I want to hear it. Like, if someone says, like, that kid doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, then, like, fucking say it. Then we can, like, have a conversation in the comments. I like conversing with people. I like debating with people. So Yeah. Like, I wish you had criticized some of the more stuff that I had said.
I'll see all of you lovely little wizards in the next video. Goodbye.